Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on Facebook, where we usually share headlines, but not today. Today is all about stories. And it is Wednesday, October 27th, and usually we walk on Wednesday, but today we don't walk. Today we have an adventure, so it's even better than just a walk. Today we're doing things slightly different than usual in terms of content, but I trust that you will not be disappointed. As usual, before we get the show on the road, I'd like to invite people that are new to let us know that you're new, and you can do that by writing a comment that says, duh, new. And if we see the word new, we'll give you a lovely little welcome. If you have something truly important that you'd like to inquire about or comment or bring to the cluster's attention, please add a letter Q at the beginning of your comment. Today, we have two stories. The first one is important, and the second one is, I think it's important too. They both have something in common. And that common string is don't wait until the last minute to do or be what's important. What am I talking about? Well, the first one is important. 2 days for vaccines for leftovers. Well, not anymore. The vaccines ran out yesterday, which is great news. There was a great response. They had planned on having 5,000 vaccines per day. Yesterday, through the day, they saw early on that they were going to run out of 5,000 vaccines. So they went to get the other 5,000 vaccines, and all 10,000 vaccines that have been set aside for this campaign ran out yesterday. Unfortunately, if you did not get your turn, we don't know if and when there'll be more vaccines for people that that didn't go to the previous campaigns. And that would be the first story to share with you. It is important, so I figured it was something that I needed to share. We've been talking about Day of the Dead. We've been talking about Halloween, but more importantly, Day of the Dead and how it relates to Mexico's traditions. And today we are going to talk about this one commercial that I discovered on YouTube last night that has messed me all messed up and teary-eyed this morning. It's only 1 minute long, but I don't want to play it because I fear that YouTube will not be happy. So I'm going to tell you about it. Let me set this up properly. Hold on just a second. And this is what I want to show you. Maybe. Come on. Don't do this to me. Hold on just a second. There you go. Okay, so this is a 1 minute commercial for Doritos, of all companies. I figured I want to check this. It is an animated feature. It takes place in a cemetery, and it starts with beautiful, soft, loving music, and you can see that this family of an elderly mother or grandmother, a younger couple, and grandchildren are walking into the cemetery to visit a grave. We can see that the grandmother or the matriarch of the family approaches the grave with a bag of chips. You figure, well, yes, it is Doritos, so they have to do that. And she is placing the chips as an offering to a man her age. Could he be her late husband? Could he be a relative? Well, we find out when she looks at the photograph and she says, "Dear brother, how I miss you." So we know that they're there to pay tribute to their uncle. And all of a sudden, this mysterious fog appears, and from the fog, we see the uncle's spirit appears, and of course we see the reaction of the young girl, and this is the first time we see the brand, and you start wondering, oh my God, how are they going to screw up such an important moment in our traditions? And you start hoping, keeping your fingers crossed and thinking, I really don't want them to mess up this commercial. So the family is all in awe, and they're saying, "Tío Alberto, qué sorpresa. Uncle Albert, what a surprise." And he answers, "¿Qué hubo, familia? ¿Cómo están?" Which we've talked about Cubo before, and it's kind of like, what's up? How are you guys doing? And then all of a sudden, from behind the uncle, another male figure appears, and the family does not seem to recognize him. And they ask, who is this? We don't know who this man is. So Tio Alberto, or Uncle Albert, explains, he is my Mario. He is my partner. And the initial reaction of the family changes from wonderment to shock, and you are left wondering what will happen next. There has been no further mention of the brand, and all of a sudden, and just as Tio Alberto and his partner Mario's joy begins to fade into sadness, you hear laughter and a single person clapping in the background. It is none other than Tio Alberto's sister, the matriarch of the family, who says, "That's the miracle. I thought this one would be alone for the rest of his life and forever." And at that moment, with the blessing of the family matriarch, the colors switch back from otherworldly to human-like warm colors, and the family continues to have this beautiful reunion with the spirit of their of their long lost uncle and the uncle's partner. And the message, of course, is one: it's never too late to be who you truly are. And there's a hashtag that says Pride all year long. And I just melted when I saw this. And spam. I see spam. We'll take care of that. No worries. Everything else doesn't matter, because this was just such a beautiful commercial. Of course, I will leave you the link of the commercial so that you can take a look at it and enjoy it. But I did want to explain it because it's in Spanish, although you really don't need much to understand the meaning of the commercial, which I thought was absolutely wonderful. Beautiful way to express respect for our traditions, not only for Day of the Dead, but also how important the mother figure is in our culture. So there you have it. And now let's take a quick look at the weather. Boom. And of course, I'm not prepared. Hold on. Da, 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 da. Hey, that cloud looks like a decapitated body, says our snarky weather. I don't particularly care about that. What I care about is that it is 26 degrees, 1 degree less warm than yesterday. It is, there's a lot of humidity still, 92%, but it doesn't feel as humid to me. I don't know why that is. It is 78 degrees Fahrenheit out there. Our weather course forecast for today: Humid through the day, high temperature of 31, low temperature of 23. Tomorrow, Thursday, rain in the evening, high temperature of 31, low temperature of 23. And then Friday, it'll be humid through the day with a high temperature of 31, low temperature of 21. I am seeing a lot of you commenting that you were crying or were brought to tears. Well, wait till you see the commercial. I've been weeping all morning, but in the best possible way. And because time is of the essence, and we have a long adventure to go through, we might as well get right on with it. ¿Estoy filmando? Sí, ¿verdad? Sí, Okay, so I know what you're thinking. This is supposed to be Walking Wednesday, and yet we are in a vehicle, obviously heading somewhere. Well, since not tomorrow, 2 days from today, this coming Friday, we are scheduled to discuss Conchas Chinas as a neighborhood. I figured, well, it is Walking Wednesday, we might as well go walking around Conchas Chinas, but who would want to walk Conchas Chinas uphill? Because it's all uphill for the most part. So what I decided is we might as well go to the highest point in Conchas Chinas and then walk down from there and take some photographs from this vantage point. And what would that vantage point be? Well, none other than the Grand Miramar Hotel, which is at the top of Conchas Chinas hills. So what we did is we called a dear friend, Cesar Bravo, who works there, and we let him know, can we come over? Can we visit? Can we enjoy the restaurant or a bar? And what we learned is that Grand Miramar has a restaurant and a bar that are open to the public. So what we're doing today is we are heading uphill, up Conchas Chinas, to Grand Miramar, which is about to appear. See that unfinished building on the screen right now? Well, that is an unfinished portion of Grand Miramar, which is right behind it, and that's exactly where we're heading. We are going up there to have a cocktail, enjoy the view, take some photographs, and then, of course, given the fact that the return trip is downhill, we are going to walk downhill. But I wanted you to get a little bit of a glimpse of what it's like up here in Conchas Chinas, and we'll get to talk about this on Friday's broadcast. But while we're doing that, I still wanted you to get a taste of what we're going to see. Needless to say, the views from up here are stunning. They're truly spectacular, and it is really amazing to be a local and forget about how wonderful it is to be able to go up the hill and enjoy the view. And from the view that you will see in just a minute, it is amazing to take in the beauty of this place that we call home, this place called Puerto Vallarta. So we keep going up and up and up, and we are almost at the Grand Miramar. Once we get there, we have told our friend Cesar that we're coming. We don't know exactly what we're going to find. We are going to talk to the people that work at the door and say, hey, can we come in and have a nice cocktail, and hope that everything will be okay. And we're going to learn about what kind of options are available here for locals. And yes, our beautiful Uber car keeps going uphill and going uphill. And I keep thinking to myself, are we really going to walk downhill from here? And it's a good thing that we recorded this uphill climb. I figured we'll have it just in case we get too sloshy drinking margaritas at the Grand Miramar. And we did. Just in case, we'll have a little bit of a view. And there's the Grand Miramar in the background. We're going to take a right-hand turn here. And this first building is a spa for the hotel. And everything you see on the left side is the hotel grounds. And we will get off our Uber and try to find an elevator to get up to the roof. This is quite a mystery ride. We did, Ryan. We did roll back down. ¿Podemos echar un vistazo y tomar unas fotos? Ok, y ahorita bajamos al restaurante.
Claro que sí, piso abajo y por la derecha.
Gracias. Okay, so check this out. We are... You wanted to see Conchas Chinas? Well, we are at the top of El Gran Miramar in Conchas Chinas, where the view just doesn't get any more spectacular. The entire bay can be enjoyed from this vantage point. We are in the highest level. We understand that this bar is very popular for sunset watching, although it's not open in the middle of the afternoon. But you can come back here after 7 and enjoy yourself. Meanwhile, on the level right under us is the restaurant, and I see a bunch of turistas enjoying the water, enjoying themselves. But as long as we're here, and as long as we're talking about Conchas Chinas on Friday, I wanted you to get a view. And I wanted you to get a look at this. I mean, there's still all this jungle. This was my first time, by the way. Up here that, thank goodness, has not been explored. And I cannot think of a better day to enjoy this view than today. The sky is clear. Whatever happened to the hurricane, we don't know. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this away, and I'm going to take some still photographs for you to enjoy as well. Ciao. Oh, Julie, you have no idea. We drank. Okay. Okay, so we have just left Grand Miramar, and today I'm walking with my dear friend Logan. Hi, baby. And and this is our, we've come up here and we have had cocktails and we've looked at the view, and now we're going to walk back because it's all downhill.
We've met some wonderful people.
We've met some wonderful people that knew about the broadcast, which was really sweet. And now all we have to do, Logan, is find our way back to Conchas Chinas entrance number 1. Yes. And the reason we're walking, again, it's because, number 1, we can. Number 2, the weather has become more agreeable. And number 3, because it's downhill. Although, oh my God, this is really slippery. Not recommended. Not recommended when you're sloshy. So why are we walking Conchas Chinas? Well, for starters, because you can find leftover furniture here. Look at that. No, I'm just kidding. No, I wanted you to get a sense as to what Conchas Chinas is like today and what it's been. Conchas Chinas was built thanks to many burros. Yes, many donkeys that for years schlepped things up to this hill before there were any roads. And some people can attest to this. And of course now it is an enclave full of beautiful, humongous homes and villas, a few apartment buildings,
Condos.
and this is what you can find here.
And it's steep. Oh,
Now-
so steep.
I should try to find some reference photographs of places like Ocho Cascadas, which is right across from here. This was one of the historic constructions, condominiums, actually.
Actually, it
And
was
this
a
building
timeshare
was
first.
renowned because it had waterfalls on each one of the units. And now we are standing next to it. There's a boutique hotel right here that is called Patio Azul. Never heard of it before, but it's good to know that it's up here. This is the entrance. They have a restaurant that one can enjoy. La Loteria, it's a breakfast and lunch and dinner. Good to know. But essentially, Conchas Chinas is a hillside neighborhood with villas with views. The end. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I'm not. I mean,
And tons of history.
lots of history, yes. Lots of history here. And again, if you want a spectacular view. Oh, look, up there, that must be the wing that was never finished for Grand Miramar. Let me take a photograph of it.
And that's
'Cause when
where we
were
were.
up there, we could see that there was a building that was stopped. So that must be it.
Thank God for walking shoes. Flexi walking shoes. Oh, and Raymond, the last thing I expected
Okay, so
to find
check
up there
it
was
out.
a restaurant.
Just a few minutes ago, we were up there enjoying cocktails and drinks, and now we are coming down.
And it's a good thing we were not in a hurry to get anywhere. But maybe we were getting a little hungry.
By the way, should you want to do what we did in terms of coming up here and enjoying a cocktail and so forth and so on, well, first of all, your Uber driver will tell you where to go. But in case your Uber driver doesn't know the way there are all these signs that show the way. It is gorgeous up here. I mean, it's strictly residential, but you have to want to live up here in the middle of nowhere. There's no Oxxos, there's no stores, there's no taco stands.
No taco stands. We need no taco stand sound. There's no taco stands.
And it's cobblestoned. So if you're wearing your good heels, you're not going to enjoy walking around. Notice how in some places like here, there's all these canals instead of sidewalks to make the water flow the way it's supposed to. Which is a good intention, I suppose. But then you get to the next property, and the next property feels differently about it. So there's no canal there. Which is fine, I suppose. What are you doing, Logan?
We were both
Logan
so
is
scattered.
being a tourist and taking photographs of everything. Oh, wow.
I drive by this house. I've never walked by.
Well, that's the thing about it. You know, we're usually driving up and down Conchas Chinas. One of the nice things about walking it is that you can look around and look at things. There's that extension to Grand Miramar again.
Why did I keep
Wow.
photographing it? I don't know.
Oh, and look at this. I'm sorry. Look at this little window. Over here, there's a glimpse into the rest of the bay.
So
All
there's
I
still
want to know
property
is that
be
we
had.
can find our way back to Whiskey Kitchen. No, Conchas Chinas doesn't only happen up here. There is such a thing as Lower Conchas Chinas, which is the beach side. And it's also a beautiful collection of villas and condominium buildings. And of course, that's where you find Playa Conchas Chinas, which is
Duh.
the beautiful beach that you can go to.
Got stuck down that street one day.
No, we don't want to go that way. Is
I didn't get back up.
no. We want to go this way.
I kept hoping we didn't get.
Oh my God!
We were going to get.
This is
caught
a
up
good
in,
workout for
in,
the
in the
thighs.
middle of the rain. I'm loving your comments. We'll get to those in a second.
I definitely would not want to have to walk this uphill. Which brings us to the topic of public transportation. No, there is no public transportation in Conchas Chinas. A lot of the buildings that have staff, like the Grand Miramar, for example, I'm sure they have their own shuttles to help employees get from one place to another. Because if you don't have a car, that would be the only way you can get up or down.
Definitely a good walk for the nalgas. Six more minutes. So you see, it doesn't take that long to walk.
Something from the time they stopped by. When people wanted to live out in the suburbs and drive
Well, yeah. Logan is saying that this is somewhat of a time that has gone by. You know, when we were up at the Grand Miramar, we met this lovely couple. And they mentioned how they enjoy the Grand Miramar because, you know, they like the view, they like the service. Hi!
Hi, how are you?
Good, who are you?
Gabriella.
Hi, Gabriella.
I made at the secret dinner that was during Pride Week.
Oh, that's right. That's right. How are you doing?
Good, good.
We're doing a little article about Conchas Chinas. Do you live up here?
I do. We live at the very top by Grand Miramar. I manage a villa there.
Oh, good for you. We were just talking about Grand Miramar. Do you like it up here?
We do. I miss being in Centro where it was more walkable, but it's different.
Excellent.
It's just the way it is.
Yay.
But it's good seeing you.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
There you go. We go places. We run into people.
What are you gonna do?
Ah, I recognize this intersection. We're almost to the highway, which means we're getting closer to Whiskey Kitchen. Logan, are you hungry?
Oh, whiskey.
Every time I
kitchen.
find myself in this part of town, I've become such a sucker for Whiskey Kitchen. And I can taste what I'm going to order. And shame on me, I'm going to order the same thing that I ordered the last time. But look, okay, this is worth talking about because look at this entrance. There's this ginormous tree that must be like absolutely ancient. Look at this tree.
Beautiful.
And this
Beautiful
tree divides the axis coming up and the axis coming down. But look at this tree. I tell you, if trees could talk. Okay, so now we're going down the road, but there's no sidewalk. So I wonder what's going to happen if a car comes right behind us. I hear a bird. See, that's the road coming up. And there's that tree again. Let me take another photograph of it. Yes.
Right in the middle
That's
of the road.
quite a huge tree. Look at this entrance. This is just, let me take a photo because this is quirky. There's an elevator.
A slide to come back down.
Oh my God, it is a slide. Holy something. I'll take another photograph. Okay, whatever. And we come to this house that has quite a complex name. La Casa what? Okay, let me photograph this so you can help me figure this out.
Son tres casas.
What is it? Casa Colibri. Oh, it's 3 different houses. I was about to suggest a therapist for all that identity issue. Oh well. And before you know it, we've come down God knows how many hundreds of meters. And we're at highway level. So this was our impromptu walk in anticipation of our conversation about Conchas Chinas that we'll have on Friday. It's the highway and it's noisy, so we're going to stop broadcasting, or rather we're going to stop recording right now. I hope you've enjoyed this impromptu walk, and I'm standing next to Logan. We're signing off. Thank you. Bye.
And of course, after that, we kept walking all the way to Whiskey Kitchen, and we ate, and we kept drinking. And now I've decided I am going to quit day drinking, at least on Tuesdays. Oh my God, we were so slushy. Anyhow, that was our walk. Let me now rewind the comments to see what's going on with you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's see. Lots of good mornings as always, which are very appreciated. Let me mute my button so that I can cough. That was better than Tuesday drinking. Oh, good Lord. Pum 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 pum. Let's see. Oh, by the way, that was my first time going up to the Grand Miramar. I was, oh my God, that reminds me, I have some show and tell left to share. Very quickly. Let me show you, how do I do this? We were looking at the photos of this, the commercial, but check it out. That is Conchas Chinas from the Grand Miramar. That's part of the winding road that we walked towards the south. You have a beautiful view of the whole South Shore. Looking south and looking north, you get this gorgeous view of the northern side of the bay. And, there's a little bit of a close-up of Los Muertos Beach and Colonia Emiliano Zapata. And as you can see, you can see the entire bay from up there. And we were so fortunate that we had the most beautiful day to have this adventure. As you can see, Grand Miramar is a multi-level building. We ended up having cocktails up here in the northern part, and the whole complex has more swimming pools than a small Mexican town, I swear to God. And from up there, you can see, the different levels of the property, and also you can see, a beautiful view of Conchas Chinas. And while sitting there, we had wonderful cocktails, and we could have ordered some food. Everybody was really, really nice. The service was wonderful. There is a restaurant up there that has an outdoor sitting area, and it has an indoor sitting area behind these glassed walls. So it was definitely a new office for me and a new place for me to go and hang out. It is not inexpensive, but it is definitely worth it for the view. It was just a spectacular outing. Okay, so let's take a quick look at some of your comments. When is the the time saving change in PV? It is on Sunday, I believe. Yes, this weekend. And Michael sets the record straight. Thank you very much. It is Saturday night. Post a link to the YouTube video. We always do, Katrina, in the show notes. Let's see. Oh, good Lord. Eric Joe, I really hope you're a good person, because you're going to get so banned for doing this. We don't want this, if you're still here. But no, we don't want that here. Let's see what else we have. Lots of comments about the beautiful ad. That's wonderful. And then we started the video, and Alan, God bless you. You thought that we were running next to the car? I don't think so. Where does the name Conchas Chinas originate? That's part of Friday, when we talk about the neighborhood. Let's see what else we have. Dale thought it would be a long walk down. Actually, we recorded without editing from leaving the building to all the way down to the beach. I mean, not to the beach, to the highway, and it was like 20, 25 minutes tops. It was going down. It was quite wonderful, But going up, no, I don't think so. I would never want to do that unless I really wanted to wake up with sore legs the next day. Ryan says, Sloshy, you could always roll back down the hill. Well, we almost did a couple of times, that's for sure. Good question, Lynn. Does Grand Miramar have a day pass? I am not sure. I am not sure that they do, but at the very least, you can go up there and enjoy a beautiful view and a beautiful meal and great margaritas. Oh my gosh. Let's see what else we have. Michelle asks, is it a hotel, a timeshare property? What a view. It is a hotel. I don't know if they also have fractional units or timeshare, but it is definitely a hotel. My dear friend Cesar Bravo is one of the event planners there, or the event planner. He organizes weddings and groups and all kinds of things. Let's see. That would be walking it off. What would there be a phrase in Spanish? Yes. We could say caminar la peda, which means la peda meaning that you went out and got drunk. We might say vamos a caminar la peda. That's what we would say. Let's see. Fun to walk with Logan, such cuties, you two. Logan is better than a husband. Logan is such a wonderful, dear, important friend in my life. I'm blessed to have him and other really close friends. And I think we should all strive to have just beautiful friendships and always tell our friends that they are wonderful. Matthew comments on the cascadas in the building. It's a fascinating building, and I'm going to try to find more information about it between now and Friday. It started as a timeshare. I think people could buy fractional or timeshares in the building for like 25 years. And then, of course, the 25 years went by, and they converted it into condos, I think. I'll try to get that record straight. Let's see. Then you have a lot of comments about Lindomar. Lindomar is a great restaurant in Conchas Chinas. We'll get to talk about that on Friday. Let's see. Uh-oh. Hold on. Mute button. Oh, too much laughing. We love Whiskey Kitchen. Well, so do we. So do we. Let's see. When visiting an altar on Dia de los Muertos, what is appropriate, respectful to say to the family? That's a very good question, Cheryl. When visiting an altar on Dia de los Muertos, what is appropriate and respectful to say to the family is absolutely nothing. Families are there to bond with their loved ones. The last thing a Mexican family wants on Dia de los Muertos at the cemetery is for a complete stranger to interrupt this sacred traditional ritual. So you don't say anything to the families. You don't photograph the families because that is deemed extremely, extremely disrespectful. Unless you have a great zoom lens, of course. But no, this is private time for families that are celebrating their loved ones. What caused the Miramar to abandon the completion of the tower? I don't know, John. For all I know, they're just pausing. For all I know, they're going to continue doing it. We really did not ask questions. Paula asked, will you be telling us more about Whiskey Kitchen? I can tell you, Paula, and we've talked about Whiskey Kitchen in the past, it is the one place I have found here in Puerto Vallarta that if I crave comfort Southern United States food, you can find it. I mean, I've been there 1, 2, 3 times, and 3 times I've ordered the same thing. mac and cheese with fried chicken, and it's like not part of my everyday diet, but the way the woman that runs the place cooks, oh my god. So anytime you're craving for traditional comfort southern food from the United States, I don't think there's another place in Puerto Vallarta that does it quite as good as Whiskey Kitchen. For me, it's like eating foreign food, because I'm not from up there. So that's what I have to say about that. And I think we are at the end of your comments. I hope you've enjoyed yesterday's adventure. I hope. Oh, Michelle says I can't find Whiskey Kitchen. I think maps are off. What is across the street? Actually, if you go to their Facebook page, Michelle, you will find Whiskey Kitchen. Terry asked, did I notice any vegan options? I didn't, because I was not looking to eat. We were looking to have a cocktail, so we were not looking for that. That's it. We're done. Yay, Walking Wednesday. We did it. I hope you enjoyed yourselves in this slightly different broadcast. It was a long walk, I know, and I'm grateful that you hung out with me and with Logan and I to walk with us. If you enjoyed yourselves, if you found something useful, fun, inspiring, or otherwise, if we made you smile or something, please keep us in mind. It is thanks to your contributions, it is thanks to your memberships that we can actually go and explore these places, so we can bring them back and share them with you here at Coffee and Headlines. So if you're already a member, thank you very much. If you're not a member, consider becoming a member. It's not a lot of money, and it certainly goes a long way to helping us keep offering this content. So I thank you, as always. Thank you for your company, your kindness, your great questions, and I hope to see you again soon, maybe even tomorrow. Have a great day.